Saying good morning to those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9 on the FM dial. Those of you viewing us via GBN TV, welcome to the mid-morning buzz here this morning, folks. I'm your host once again, GT, with you this morning. I got a guest with me this morning, and with me I have that's Mr. Vorn Judd with me this morning. Good morning to you, sir. How you doing? Welcome to the point. Of course, not to the point, but welcome to the mid-morning buzz. I guess I'm still thinking in the point earlier show this morning.
GBN for having me here.
All right, man. So how you doing?
Good, very, very good. With all the water problem we have you still have life.
Yeah, yes.
Water is life.
Yeah. You know, our conversation this morning, of course, going to be centralized around that particular conversation this morning. You know, we talking water storage, you know, the conservation of water and so forth. You having the technical experience, the background in this. You of course still have an employee at Nawasa. I understand, and so you know what it's like in terms of the overall usage of how water should be taken care of, if I could say it in that particular way. Now, if we have to centralize our conversation this morning for the benefit of our listener out there, and we talking water storage, how is the process of individual wanting to store water? There are different ways of storing water. If could I say that?
Yes, you could say that, because it's amazing to know that we only try to do things when something happens.
Yes.
You understand? And that's what's occurred, that we have to use our cistern and tank with storage. We could use it for rainwater, but we have to be very careful with the rainwater. Now, the first rain falling, we always have to remove the guttering from the tank, let the galvanize from the dust. We're getting the dust right now.
Yes.
Cleanse.
Yes.
And now we have birds, we have dead lizard from the heat.
Yes.
Into the gutter and trying to get water.
And 90% of the time, we ain't going up and look at that, right?
No.
I mean, to be frank about it, we ain't going up to the top of the house and just think, well, let me pay attention to my guttering.
Correct.
You understand? And you just spoke about that, because these are the contaminants that will be in the water, and you're not paying attention to it.
Very much.
And if you're going to be using for purpose of, I mean, you may not be drinking it for some reason, but, you know, bathing and using it on the skin is also it's bad.
I always tell my son, when he bathing, especially in dry season, to close him out. And it's a good tip. When you're bathing, don't open your mouth. Don't let water get into your mouth.
Into your mouth.
Correct.
Despite if it's treated water or not.
Right. You understand? Because that's the first place he'll enter.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's very important for we to understand to maintain our business and our system.
All right. Let me go. Let's talk about storage for some minutes, because you know we have gone into not gone in, but we are into that drought, of course, right now in Grenada.
Right.
How important was it for that regular individual out there to pay a lot of attention to storage? How important it is for individual to pay attention to storage?
It's very important. You know, we cannot wait until something happens to react, and we have to come together. For all the entities, hotels, business, do not wait until dry season come. The Creator give us two amazing season: rain season, dry season.
In our little territory.
You know, we know when June come, between June and July, we're going to get rain. But let me prepare by February. You understand?
February of the beginning of the let's say that's when we should be start preparing.
Correct. Start praying too. You understand? Because we don't know how the dry season. We don't control the weather. Only the Creator.
All right.
You understand? So we really have to go and check our system, check around. Even the hotels come to know us. What can we do to help? You understand? It's very important.
How important is adequate storage? How important is adequate storage for somebody?
I always say, if today or tomorrow Jesus Christ come, we're already fine. And that's very important. Yes. You understand? We have to keep storage at all time, because we I don't come to speak about now, sir, but I sent I can speak on the behalf of, just very briefly, that Nawasa give us 3 days to save water, because I pay my water bill too. You understand? I get effect from it too. All right? So we know that 3 days time, what amount of water we can save. You understand? We have to come together and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to have a 400-gallon tank at my home.
Yes.
Or a 1,000-gallon tank at my home to save water for when the dry season come. Even when the rain season come too. Because when we pray for water, we get mud. You understand?
That's so true.
Right.
Can you get it a mixture of it on
Very
water
much.
and mud?
Yeah.
Now, if I have to ask you this from your professional way of doing things, because you're a plumber also, you do also own a business that you do private, you private of course your plumbing, and this is called VJ Plumbing.
Yes.
And so you talking from a professional point of view in terms of your business point of also you being of course employed with NASA. Tell us the process of how someone should go about getting proper storage at their home from the storage, what they should be doing in managing it, and of course I'm talking about from the filtration system and everything else. Okay. From my little thoughts that's coming out of my mind, how's that process of how one should go about doing that?
Well, we have a lot of rain coming. We have to follow how the rain going to come in the beginning of June. Once we see the rain come, we know now, sir, we'll have a lot of water.
Yeah.
You understand? But when the water come now, sometimes it come, filter.
Yes.
From now, sir. It come very clean. Sometimes you get it a little
dirty from time to time.
So, after the meter, water meter, we install couple filters that we could, that the filter could hold all the debris. We have chlorinate filter, you understand? We have charcoal filter, and then we have the filter what could hold the debris before it come into our home and our tanks.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the process there.
That's the process.
So you're saying it's important to have proper filtration.
Proper filtration.
Proper filtration.
Yes.
Now, if someone is to ask a question, how long should one hold on to the storage of the water that they have?
Well, all depends on how they get the water from NASA. What time they get the water from NASA. You understand? What time the tank. If they get this week, then they give it about 3 months and check the tank. Always get someone to check the tank. In the bottom of the tank. Now the tank is, say, 2 inches from on top where it have to come out, the outer put to come into your home.
Yes.
Debris always settle under there, no matter what. Okay, so you go, you get a plumber, or you get, if the husband is good enough.
Is adequate to check
to check it. You get a piece of PVC pipe and you send it down in it and you store it to see if there is debris in the bottom of it.
All right. How regular should someone? You did mention 3 months, but how regular should someone was do the maintenance process of that storage container that they have?
I always say 1 month.
Every month.
Yeah.
I mean, once there's adequate supply that you can replenish.
Yes.
You understand? You may not want to encourage someone to throw their water. No.
No. But I always, for me, I always check mine at home because I have storage at home.
Yeah.
So every month I check the buckets, I check the tanks to see how it's.
How it is. Yeah. How it is. All right. Now, in Grenada today, you as we're talking about the storage capacity for individuals in their home and so forth, it is also important for conservation.
Yeah.
What kind of ideas could you throw to our listeners and viewers this morning as it comes around to conservation? Because that's an important part. Yes, we have it, because I think that's where the problem that exists come into play right now. We've been having water in abundance. See, there's some folks who may have never lost water for years. I mean, I'm not saying months, but for years. They may have never lost water. You understand? There's always that constant flow, so we could care less about the storage, one, and also the conservation. Yeah, folks who just have pipes running and all of these things, even though they get a bill, you could care less, they pay it and just forget it. You understand? How important is for individuals to put attention into conservation of water as it stands right now? We know we're into climate change and all of these things. We don't want, 20 or 30 years from now, our lakes and rivers get to a level where we're no longer able to even get adequate water from it. How important is conservation in today's society?
Well, it's so important because everything comes with a law and consequence.
Yes.
And within that, if we don't follow the law of water, we're going to keep losing it.
What's the law of water?
The law of water is to mind your business at home. Take care of your business. Make sure, because water is life, make sure that you go to Hubbard's, buy I just use Hubbard's.
Yeah.
But go
I guess
to
it doesn't mind. Go to one of those.
Go to one of the entities and prepare to buy a tank. No, it shall be mandatory that the government put it in the law that every time you do a building, you must have a system.
Yes.
because water will be the next revolution in the world to come. You understand? So you must, if the government do it, and NOASA could do it too, make sure that once you billing, the contractor doing a billing for you, make sure that you have a system.
Some form of storage system.
Yes. Some of the islands have it as law in it. That's what I mean when I say as law. Because consequence will come like what happening to us right now.
Yes.
You understand? And we can deal with that consequence.
Because, yesterday I did throw that question to someone. I'm saying, from time to time we are given information.
Yeah.
Forecasters predict what the conditions out there going to be. But somehow we as a nation, sometimes individuals here, not everyone, we pay little attention to that.
Correct.
We could care less when there's someone mentioned and say, hey, we're going to have an El Nino system coming this year. Sometimes we care less in terms of doing the necessary research that would say, what does this really mean? We hear it, but sometimes we don't know what it really means.
Right.
Until it's practically becomes too late for us to do anything about it.
Very much.
You understand?
Okay.
And I think the circumstances that we are going through now, not blaming NOASA, but I think we have to blame ourselves as a people.
Very much. Because NOASA is doing a great job. Not because I work for the company, but it's doing a good job. I think what we need to do is find more source. You understand? Because consequence come with source.
Yes.
You understand?
All right.
And we as the people, I love my people in Grenada, we have to mind we business. You understand? We cannot put on a house and don't maintain it.
So true. It will deteriorate.
And this is what we do all the time. You understand? So we have to know, okay, water is life. Okay, you know what? Let me call a plumber to check my tank.
Yeah.
Don't matter who plumber it is. You understand? The electrical, let me call an electrician.
To check my wiring.
Correct.
But,
I think one of the things we do in Grenada here, we don't, if we need a plumber, we call a carpenter. And that is what...
Calling the wrong person for the job.
Correct. You understand? Calling the wrong person for the job. So when the wrong person come now and they messed up, now you call the plumber.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to do on the flip side of it, pump is selling like crazy. Because everybody never tried to maintain, who have pump, to maintain your pump. If you have workers in the entity, let it check your tank, let it check the pump, let it check now some meter. You understand? Because there's lots of things could happen.
What is one of the major advice you would like to give individuals right now? Yeah, of course, we're getting out of the dry season. Next month, that's when you officially start of the rainy season. That runs for 6 months, because it runs in a 6 months period. Sometimes it extends to 7, 8 sometimes, depending on the conditions out there, the natural conditions. What advice you would like to throw the individuals? 2025 may approaching, and you know how time flies. I say we get 12 hours these days for a day instead of the 24, because time flies so fast. I say this like a joke, but sometimes you think we're not getting that 24 hours anymore. It's like 12 hours making a day. But what advice would you like to give individuals out there, for next year, 2025 to come, so that we don't have a reoccurrence of the issues that we experience in 2024 in terms of the water issue?
I will give the advice of Grenada people and some of the entities of Grenada who going through that problem right now to get system, get your tanks, because this is not happening now. This is going to go through to 2025. You understand?
2026.
2026.
2027.
It's going to be a continued thing.
Yeah.
But we have to understand that to call in plumbers.
Yeah.
Call in to, who have a little idea of how to check your system. And follow up. All the homes in Grenada, follow up. Make sure that your tank don't have... There's a lot of insect living in your tank.
Yeah.
I'm going to name some. There's what I see when I clean cistern. Because I clean cistern almost all the time. There is Congory. They're looking for water too.
Yeah.
There is Santopi.
Yeah.
Them is the main one. And there is... people we live with all the time. I say all people, but it's an insect, cockroaches.
Yes.
Always there because they want water. You understand? So I want us to maintain our system.
Yes.
You understand? Maintain our tank. Do not wait until dry season come. Check it before the dry season come. You understand?
All right.
Check it in the rain season. You know, and
right.
as I said, everybody in Grenada should have a system.
Should have a tank in around.
Should have a tank. And the government and NOASA should make it mandatory that once you're building a house, you have to have a system.
And it's a good investment in the long run for individuals to have that, you know, have that tank at your home. It saves you the problem that a lot of folks are going through. Because I know a lot of folks who are experiencing the water issue, you know, if they may have invested in a water tank, for some reason or the other, they would not be complaining in the way they are right now.
Well, the geography of Grenada is very hilly.
Yeah.
And some of the time, when NOASA send the water, the pressure cannot reach up to the people on the top. You understand?
Because once the folks on the bottom are drawing, it takes a while to get
So we put a pressure on NOASA right now within that. Now we have to find NOASA to find solution to deal with that problem. You understand? Now, plumbers is coming in, electrician is coming in, everybody is getting work. So where there is that right now, there is a lot of opportunity for some people. But it's a cost for me and you money. Let me don't let that happen.
Yeah.
You understand? Let us put program out. Let the hotels come together. You understand? We don't wait until a storm come together. Wait to calm right now. Let us come together and work together.
All right.
We could do it.
All right. Vorn, tell us a bit more about your profession. Tell us more about what you do. I know there are probably someone who is listening right now may need some plumbing done, may need their tank cleaned, or they may need their septic system taken care of, because all of that involves in what you do. Share some of that information with us before we take a wrap this morning.
Yeah, well, for over 35 years now, I've been doing plumbing.
Yeah.
For 10 years now, I've been cleaning tanks.
Yeah.
And I've been doing commercial plumbing.
Yes.
And household, meaning that domestic plumbing.
Okay.
Yeah. For the past 2 months now, I'm getting something in the pipeline, but I can't bring it out as yet.
All right.
You understand?
All right.
You know, you have to be careful how you're speaking.
Understandably so.
Yes.
All right.
But that's mostly I focus on plumbing, because that's my gift. You see, a lot of people want to do everything what they see, but you have to find a gift. So my gift is plumbing.
All right. I always consider myself of having multiple gifts.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to get into telling everything right now, but I do possess multiple gifts, and I thank the Almighty for that. I can do a lot.
Correct. Without the Almighty, we don't have nothing.
I know. I can certainly do a lot. So I'm gifted in that way.
Correct.
You understand? You never know. I could probably do some plumbing too.
Yes.
Anyway, Vorn, I want to thank you for coming on the show this morning, and of course, giving some information to folks in terms of how to of course, proper storage is important. We talk about that.
Yes.
Conservation is also important. How to conserve that water. Yeah. You did give some tips on that. And in all, folks, it would make life a whole easier for them in time to come. The next season comes around, we will not have such a problem.
Correct.
And then we have to put that whole other strain on the Lone Water Authority here in Grenada to conserve it, if we do what we have to do to make life easier for us.
I will say one more thing is that let me try and avoid cutting down the trees in Grenada.
Yeah.
Because this is what brings the rain. If we cut down one tree, let me plant back 3 more.
Yeah.
You understand? Without the trees, we cannot live. And we don't get no rain if we don't have trees.
And I agree with you 100%. And that's where the main authorities comes in also.
Correct, yeah.
You understand? Because, you know, I know them people who are part of the authority who passes in areas and see that occurring and do not take the necessary steps to correct it.
I just cry when I see they cutting down trees.
Yeah.
Because I know how good it is for everybody.
And then you see the deterioration of the area after that. The soil runs away and everything else, and then we have any problem with the heat and everything because of the lack of trees.
But we do it wrong, We wait until dry season to cut down trees. We're supposed to be cutting down trees in the rain season, so the tree could grow up.
I would say don't cut them down at all.
Oh, don't cut them down at all. You understand? I've been to Ghana, and Ghana is a lot not to cut a tree. You understand? So,
well, they say, sometimes you learn the hard way.
Correct.
You learn the hard way. All right, Vorn, I want to thank you once again for being on the Mid-Morning Buzz and sharing the information this morning. It was definitely fruitful information, and I just hope someone who's listening out there will make the necessary changes in terms of how they store and how they conserve water. Because conserving is a whole lot.
Yes.
The wastage. And that the law is out right now. The do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Let's adhere to it, because, we're still going to have a little bit of time before we're going to get any of that heavy rainfall coming. And and that would certainly make a difference for us, but we need to conserve somewhere there.
Well, I will say to my people, let us pray for the kingdom of rain come down.
Yeah.
Let it rain on us. That's the most important. I'll leave you with that.
All right, man. Vorn, thanks once again. Thank you once again. I certainly appreciate you popping in and sharing the information. It was definitely fruitful.
Thank you.
Thank you so. I mean, I'm seeing some folks are calling in, but we don't usually entertain calls during the mid-morning. But I know they will want to share some ideas, but we probably have to have that done the next time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you once again.
Thank you,
all
sir.
the best.
Yeah.
All right, folks.